Greetings, the Astro 30 here, and I've got this subwoofer in for repair today. It's a Triad, and I've never even heard of the brand, but there's no model number on it, there's no serial number either, so I can't tell you what it is. All I know is it's a powered sub, and it's got a problem. So let's turn it around and have a look at the back. Now for a start, the chassis is in the cabinet upside down. Secondly, it's using 2 incorrect screws. And there's only 2, there should be 8. And that's the fuse holder, or what's left of it, for the line fuse. It's come unscrewed, come out, the insert's missing, so is the fuse, and the other tab that was on the other side is also gone, which is probably inside the cabinet somewhere. So I think that's supposed to be heat shrink, that green stuff. So apparently it works. I don't know how. I don't even want to know how he jerry-rigged it to test it. Anyhow, I'm going to pull the chassis out of the cabinet and we're going to have a little bit of a gander. Right, well there's the nut for the fuse holder. And where the other wire is, that's dodgy as hell too. Neutral joined to this wire, which is a transformer. I think the other end of the fuse is jammed in this heat shrink, and unfortunately it doesn't come apart very easy. We've got a large toroidal transformer mounted in there, which I'm going to put at around about the 300 to 500 VA mark. So I don't know what the fuse is supposed to be, so I'm going to put a 5 amp in to start with and see what happens. But this is going to be awfully hard to work on because of how this is designed. The wires are short, and there's 2 filter capacitors screwed to the chassis in, well, the woodwork inside. So it's going to take a bit of effort to work on. And interestingly, they're using TO3 style transistors for the output stage, and we've got MJ11013 and MJ11014 respectively, NPN, PNP, and they're going to be pretty expensive to replace. They're around probably the $15 to $20 mark per transistor. What this transistor's for, I don't know. It's actually not a transistor, it's an LM12CLK. It's probably a regulator. So there's not much to this amplifier. All the circuitry's on here. And I don't really want to have to remove this transformer and those capacitors to work on it. I don't even know where the speaker wire is right at the top. I don't know if it disconnects. That would be a no. They're soldered to the tags on the speaker driver. How annoying. Well, yeah, that's pretty dodgy. You've got hot glue on one side and silicon on the other, and this is the power switch. Yeah, right, okay. So I've been to JCar this morning. I've got a similar fuse holder and a new fuse, 5 amp slow blow. So I'm hoping that's all that's wrong with this, because I don't really want to have to deal with this as much as possible. So let me sort this mess out and see if I can actually get the old fuse holder off. Okay. Yeah, there's the other end of it. There we go. Now, without messing around with it too much, because this brown wire looks like it's going to break off the switch, I'm be sure that this fuse holder fits in the hole, which it does. So now I'm going to have to find some appropriate heat shrink to put on it and mount it in there. Now this has 3 pins on it, so I need to find out. I should have continuity at both sides. I reckon they're electrically joined anyway. So let's find out. Yeah. Don't appear to have any continuity. Do across there, but not there. Okay. Maybe it's not all the way in, I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, I'm going to have to figure this out. Okay, so with the fuse removed, these two connections are physically joined. For some reason I'm not getting contact with the fuse holder when the fuse, maybe I don't have it in there far enough. So I'll try that again. Yeah, it might help to do it all the way up. Probably would be better if I used the proper screwdriver too. Let's try that again. There we go. Now this is going to be fun. So done that completely wrong. Bloody wire is in the way. There we go. Okay, I've got a new bit of brown mains wire because the one coming from the switch isn't long enough to mess with heat shrink. Had to remove all the silicon black crap that they got there. So that's exposed. Yeah, so that means I'm going to have to insulate that somehow. But I'm going to solder this new wire on. To the switch. Okay, and that means I can use heat shrink. So that wire goes through there. That one comes through here. So that should give me enough length of wire there to make the connections. Okay, I think that's solid. Put my heat shrink over the thing. And then I will heat it. So this is going to be awfully awkward to do, but I think that's good enough for the purposes. Alright, so now it's time to test it. Alright, got the dim bulb set up. Make sure that it's turned on. Alright, here we go. Well, it worked. Not much current draw, so that's good. Let me find an input signal. Well, it is doing something. Okay, so now that I know the thing does actually power up okay, I'm going to probably drop some hot glue all in this switch area to re-insulate it. The hot glue should work just fine. And I put some around the fuse holder so it stops it from spinning loose. Oh. Oh. I mean, if I had liquid electrical tape, that would be a lot more better, but I don't. Some around the fuse holder. Nut. Getting there nice and deep, boy. Nice and deep. Let's make sure that is. Alright. There's a whole cavity there. Need another stick of dynamite. I mean, hot glue. Right, that should do that. Right, so I know it powers up, so I might actually give the cabinet inside a quick clean out of all the cobwebs and stuff, and then put the module back in and find some appropriate screws for the cabinet. Right, at least it's in there the right way up this time. I managed to find 8 wood screws that came out of a unit that I destroyed, pulled apart. These should do the job. They'll be better than the screws that were in there, and then lack thereof. He's probably got the actual screws at home, you know, probably. I don't know. But, or it might have always been like that, which is kind of strange, but this cabinet's seen better days, I must admit. And there was a date on the heatsink that the transistors are mounted to. I don't know if you saw it. It was around September 1991, I think it said. That is how old this thing is. So, yeah. And the heatsink fin area is very sparse. And for their labelling, it's just a sticker that's stuck on the metalwork. Wasn't actually printed on the, I assume that's aluminium. And once I've done this, I'm going to plug it in encumbered by the dim bulb, because I don't think it's needed right now. So, I don't know if you really want to see me doing up screws, but other than that, I'm glad there's nothing else wrong with this, because I don't really want to mess with how it's constructed in there. It's very bad, because nothing unscrews. I mean, nothing unplugs. So everything's hardwired to the board and everything's falling on the floor. So I'll just make sure that this is tight. Those screws are perfect, and they look better than the nasty ones that are in it. And they're black, so they blend in with the panel alright. Okay, so that's that done. Let's see what happens. Okay, the thing's plugged in. Now, let's see what happens. Bit of a thump there, there's no relay, but it powered up fine. Okay, let's do some sound tests. Alright, ready to go, so I'll turn it on. Okay. Jesus Christ, that was loud. Damn. let's try playing a tone. That is still loud. Okay, let's try playing a tone. Driver's got a bit of a rattle. Well, that works. Starts rolling off around about 440 Hertz. Cool. Alright, with the cabinet cleaned up, I'm going to play a track. Not that one. Let's try this. Okay, that's annoying now, but it works. So this just sort of like sits in there. It's not even velcroed or anything. So cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here, and if you enjoyed it, please remember to rate, comment and subscribe below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. This is Jastro saying, see ya, have a great day.